Well, had a bit of a snafu. As you can see, that's a double exposure. That doesn't happen very often, but it has happened before. The purpose of this trip was twofold. I had gotten a tripod a few weeks ago from Randy Tobias that got me a lot higher. I think 11 feet was what I measured it at, and I think that added height really would help this picture. It's a real signature picture for this project, and so I wanted to retake it with a height advantage there. But also the development that I had in the original image was terrible. There were just some marks that you can see in the sky here. I'm fading back and forth between the original scan and then me having to go in Photoshop. I always hated having to kind of take some liberties with the clouds in the background there. So I needed a fresh take just overall. And another picture that I shot just south of Meade also had really bad development. But, you know, it was spring break, and so had a whole week, and so got a nice day, 85-degree weather, really unseasonably warm. The trick to getting to southwest corner is not getting to the corner. It's sort of knowing where to dart down into Oklahoma and kind of come up to the border from the south. You just got to have some good notes. I got a new county, Stevens County, which I had skipped in the previous trip, and I also got some new kinds of pictures this trip, namely structures, houses, barns, etc. It was really cool to recognize that structure about 7 miles to the south. It was the sort of setting of a picture I had taken on that 2023 trip. One of my favorites, actually, as well. I like that it says Colorado on it, so it was good to be able to recognize that. I don't know if this is abandoned. I don't really want to knock, but I'm also kind of thinking I might be able to shoot that. That's the house that I just photographed. All right, this is the last stop. Mountain Time Zone in the background, and the iconic welcome to colorful Colorado. Looks like somebody also wants to take a photo, but anyway, it feels good to get all my locations done, and that just leaves me with driving home, which I think I'm probably I'm going to say cautiously optimistic, 60% of the way done with all the driving. It's just a straight shot east back to Wichita, but I'd say I had a day equally as long two and a half years ago, and so today didn't feel like it was quite as long of a day. So I started this project 5 years ago. In fact, it was 5 years ago this week, spring break of 2021. Just an itch of an idea. One day, got in my car and I hit the road. But yeah, all this time on the road, I mean, probably close to 8,000 miles, it's just given me a lot of time to reflect. not only about my entire experience with photography, which is going back 40 years at this point, but more recently, when I was working on my MFA, I've been thinking a lot about how I had a midpoint candidacy review where several professors in the SCAD photography program all took a look at my work. One of them asked me, "Have you ever given any thought to color?" And I very quickly told him in no uncertain terms that no, I had never once considered it. And I probably even said, "It's just what I've always done." And right at that moment, my most trusted professor, Jenny Kula, sort of swooped in and said, "You should never do something out of familiarity or convenience." And it sort of felt like a stinging rebuke, like I was being called out or something. But, she was right. Yet, so am I. I mean, I only ever want to do photography the way that I learned it. I mean, I'm very into traditions within photography, and my methods for this project are definitely borrowed. But regarding the idea of always doing what you've always done, the word that I've used a lot lately is perfunctory. Essentially, the cyclical nature of how I've gone about this project. Lots of work in the summer, with periods of inactivity throughout the year, taking off before sunrise, always arriving at a location at midday. Does this project feel perfunctory at this point? Especially now that I'm revisiting spots that I've already been to? I don't know. I think in a roundabout way, what I'm saying is that this project has ways of telling me it's starting to wrap itself up. I think one big push this summer, now that I've gotten Stevens County in southwest Kansas, the only remaining counties I haven't photographed are Phillips, Jewell, Nemaha, and Brown, all up on the northern border. So yes, I cold opened this video with my double exposure debacle, but I still have anxiety from nearly getting stuck in the mud a couple years ago. And so that's always going to be my bigger fear, car trouble, running out of gas, etc. But that one image in my head the entire time I was driving out west this week, that cool windmill marker at the 8 Mile corner, just a great spot that most people would never think to go visit. You think of the border as a line that you blink across getting from one place to another. I have a unique memory bank built up, red dots along the perimeter of Kansas, and each one has its own story in my mind's eye.